Welcome to Sam's Russian Adventures. I'm Sam, an English guy living in provincial Russia, and today what we're going to do is we're going to look at some different adverts of some different types of houses that are for sale in and around my own village. And then we're just going to turn up with the camera. We're going to try and film some inside. The minimum we're going to get to see the outside, but I thought what I'll do is, to start with, I'll show you the kind of area next to my village where people come to buy things. We've got a small village shop in the village as well, but this is the kind of like hub. We've got a big supermarket over there. We've got places where you can buy meat from. We've got a car wash. We've got hairdressers. Over here we've got a place where people can buy building materials. And then behind me we've got like a southern Russian, maybe kind of like Uzbek or Armenian or Georgian style kind of like pastry kind of. They sell all kind of like different things, but it's more of a bakery, I guess. And then we've got a kebab shop over there, so I thought I'd film a little bit of that and then we'll go and look at some houses. So this one's called Jigara Pikane, which means bakery. Let's have a look inside and I'll show you what they're selling. Look, these are the types of things they're selling. Look, this nice bread, pizzas, samsa. This is a really nice thing. It's got like different meats inside. This is with beef inside it. What do you think? These are hachapuris, look. And then next door we've got this like takeaway food place, different types of kebabs and all sorts of like southern Russian foods. What do you think? See anything you like up there? I like how they've gone out the way to kind of make it a little bit interesting. They didn't need to do this, but they have done. And they've got a big supermarket over there, which is, well, it's not a massive supermarket, but it stocks everything you need. Over here we've got a shawarma place. Look, it's like a southern Russian kebab place. Look, check out the kebabs, look there. Of course you can get fresh water from here. The boxing machine, Rocky Boxer. Russell from Traveling with Russell always says whoever owns these is a millionaire or maybe even a billionaire in Russia, because these things are everywhere. And I remember them from my childhood. I used to hate them because I was so weak at punching, and you know what it's like, you're with your mates, everyone wants to show how good at punching they are, how powerful they are and how weak you are. But there's always a funny situation where the weak guy that usually gets bullied would have a like more powerful punch than the cool hard guy. That always happens, right? And then over here, look, fresh meat, a little butcher's. You can still get meat inside the supermarket, obviously, but if you just want to quickly grab some meat, come here. It's just more convenient, right? Across the road we've got a dude selling watermelons and stuff, and I'll just pop in here for a second. I'm not going to do a whole tour because this is more Russell's thing. I'll just show you how big it is and the types of stuff you got. Look, it's a full-on supermarket with everything you can possibly think of. Check this out, we've got a wedding going on. So this is the first house on our list. It's on sale for 26 million rubles. What do you think? It's absolutely massive. I'm guessing people are living in it already. I might try and let's try and knock on the door, see if anyone's home. Some windows open there. Unfortunately there's no bell on it, but this is the first street of this kind of whole neighborhood, and the main road's just over there, so you can hear the road. I guess that's probably the negative thing, if there is one. So I've talked about this a few times in my videos, but the big drawback when purchasing a house or some land on an individual plot is you don't control what your neighbors do, right? There's no kind of like one company that builds the whole area. You're purchasing a single plot or a single house, and that's it. And so quite often you have places like this opposite, people leave their building materials. Sometimes people will make nice things like this volleyball court, But as you can see, the road here is nice, but then opposite and next to the road, not very nice. This car doesn't look like it should be here. Well, maybe it's a classic, that's why. See over here, we've got a, well, I'm guessing this house here. They've paved this area, put a bench here and made a little basketball ring. Again here, you can see the drawback, right? Amazing houses, but just doesn't look very nice outside. We've got a dog just chilling here. Привет. And so the scary thing is that most of these houses are now being lived in, but yet we've still got just kind of random objects just kind of dumped. No one really cares about them, just bits of rubbish. Got a brand new house here, some townhouses, and so we've got lots of amazing houses, but again outside the house is just looks kind of miserable. I guess in winter you won't see any of this, it'll just be covered by a nice layer of snow, but right now, perhaps in a few years they'll get around to making it looking a bit nicer. This thing looks like a psychiatric hospital, doesn't it? Bloody hell. So you can see that behind the fences it's always beautiful, but outside of the fences people just don't really care. So in this neighbourhood all the houses are massive, absolutely massive. These ones here more like townhouses, so you get half the house. And this is more like just a typical dacha. You can smell all the manure and see the beautiful garden they've got there. Check out the gate and look inside there, you can see it's all beautiful, and then outside it's not. And again, this is the problem that I highlight all the time. You know, this is probably going to be here forever, just random building things kind of dumped. And I'm guessing because this road, this area of the road looks a lot nicer, that these houses here, they've gotten together and they've decided, look, let's at least fix the area by our houses, right? Wow, this house is incredible, absolutely amazing. Manicured lawns, everything's looking amazing. What do you think? Would you like to live here? This is only about 2 or 3 kilometers from Vladimir. That house is massive, but it's a bit kind of disgusting. Finally, someone with a manicured lawn. Wow. This one's nice, isn't it? Pretty cool. So perhaps in 5 or 10 years time, when everyone's finished building, perhaps they'll make the road and everyone will make nice gardens outside. But for now, it looks like a lot of individual kind of like housing areas all over Russia. So some of these streets are even more pretty, well, crazy. So you can see that this street here, well, people have been living in it for a long time, but the road needs some TLC. So I'll be honest, that last settlement I did not like at all. Loads of like amazing houses, but really tasteless and just not nice. The road was shocking. I mean, I'm in the village now and the village road is shocking, but at least it's a village. It's got some sort of character. So I'm going to go and look at some of the houses that are for sale in this village here and have a walk around. There's going to be a mixture of new builds and old builds and random things lying around and wells and all sorts. So I prefer to live here than there, definitely. So we've got a new build. In fact, I don't think it's a new build. It looks very old. It looks like they just cleared the land. I've got a big well over here and some sort of truck, half a truck trailer kind of standing here. This is typical village for you, look. And what a beautiful wall. Now we're looking at the house that's next door. I wonder if there's going to be anyone home or even any way to even kind of ring the doorbell or anything. This house here is for sale for just under 450,000, oh sorry, 4,450,000 rubles. Wonder if they're going to see me just filming over the fence. Be a bit weird, wouldn't it? There you go. What do you think of that? What do you think? Would you like to live there? Let's have a little walk around the village. I love how villages have got so much character. Check out this house here. It's incredible. This is the type of house that I'd like to live in. Look at that. Check out the doorway and those windows. So in villages you're also going to have loads of random things just kind of dumped everywhere, like this fridge for some unknown reason is just lying here. At one point these would have been really nice, decorative, but you can see that this guy, oi, up твою мать, не кусай меня. You can see that this guy works on the car, look. So he's built his own thing, but I've got a massive dog. Не кусай меня, блядь, сука, я тебя убью. Я серьезно. У вас очень красивый дом. Я просто мимо шел и видел дом очень красивый у вас.
Где?
Вот ваш дом. Очень красиво. Здесь есть дом на продаже. Вот этот дом, да?
Да.
Они не постоянно, да, живут? Они
Нет,
как-то, да?
не живут еще ни разу не жили.
я
Вчера
просто-
приезжал.
Я просто приехал посмотреть и вот. Я
У
думаю.
него там это, в интернете есть там все.
Ну да, я смотрю по объявлению, да, я туда ходил, да. What an amazingly nice lady. That's why I like living in the villages, because you meet people like that. I didn't film the whole conversation because it was a bit weird, but just such a nice person. We chatted for 5 or 10 minutes. That's village life for you. Check out these two being built, but they're not for sale. If you enjoy videos in the villages and meeting village people, then you'll probably enjoy my second channel called B Road Russia. I'll put the link below. In that channel I actually go to villages where there's no kind of new builds. The villages are a fair distance away from the towns and cities, and so all of the people there are kind of simple village people. So straight away I've noticed that the road is immaculate, which means that the house I'm going to is probably going to be incredible. Someone's been playing hopscotch. It's incredible to think that it's the same village as the village I was at just 30 seconds ago, just a parallel road. And this is the house being heavily guarded. What do you think? It's pretty big and it's got epic views, absolutely epic views. It's the last house on the edge of the village. Let's have a bit of a look and a walk around and check out some of the other houses that are not perhaps for sale, but still nice to have a look at, right? Got a brand new one being built here. It's going to have incredible views. So we've got an amazing house here, but over here it looks like someone's building a mansion. Check it out. That is mad. Let's try and get a bit nearer. It looks like this could be either some underground parking or possibly even a swimming pool. Let's go and find out what's happening here. This looks epic. Who is going to own this? So the people building the house said that this is going to be a massive swimming pool and aquarium, and then the main house is over there. That is crazy. How the other half live, right? And that's what's so interesting about Russia as well, because this is a village, right? So he's going to essentially come out of here where I am now, and he's going to turn onto this road, right? And the house that's opposite his is this one. And so you've got a house like this, which is really nice. But it's next to the mansion, which is 50, 100 times the size of it, right? Is it like that where you live in the world? You have like really small houses and then mansions next door to each other? I really can't imagine that the owner of that house is going to be socialising with the neighbours, chilling out, maybe taking an ice dip in that what's it called? I can't remember English words. This is a less extreme contrast, village contrast, when you've got this new build next door to this one. Here we've got a 90s style house. What do you think of this? Love the trees. You gotta love village health and safety. They've got steps going up to the climbing frame. So coming up in a sec, we've got another mansion house of another billionaire or multi-millionaire at least. And again, it's really weird because the houses next door to his are tiny, really kind of old village houses. So this is a next door neighbour, and then coming up here I can see that they're redecorating the wall and they're looking at me suspiciously, but I highly doubt that the person redecorating the wall is the owner of the house. So this guy's got an aqua park in his garden, he's got a diving board and a flume and all sorts. It's pretty incredible. And he's also got something that's really interesting. Check out the artwork here. That is absolutely epic, absolutely insane, right? Wow, incredible. Can you see the flume up there, the slide? And he's also got like a little, what's the word in English? Well, you can see he's got the big angel from Brazil. What's his name? I'm so bad, I forget all English words all the time. So he's got a chapel in there, as you can see. Imagine having your own chapel. That's insane, isn't it? And there we go. Like in Sao Paulo, the angel. I don't think that's the actual angel. I think there's an angel somewhere else. I can't remember where. Incredible. And next door's house is huge, but it just doesn't look big in comparison, does it? And then right opposite the mansion, this is what we've got. Small old village dachas. So interesting, right? How Russia is a place of huge contrasts. So now we're going to move on to the next village, which is actually my village. Let's go. It's about 500 meters from here.
Передача
«Удачный момент».
Телефон в Москве 8495-995-2555.
So this is the next house for sale. 6.8 million. One of 5. 120 meters. Let's have a look, see if we can have a look inside it. See what's going on in there. Obviously we can see from the pictures anyway, but just have a quick look through the windows. We've got mirror glass, but this is what it's like inside. So I thought that it was going to be noisier here because the road isn't far away, but it's not very loud at all. The one thing I can't see is any gas. Oh, I tell a lie. Here's the gas, look, all connected. So we've got electricity, we've got gas, and I'm guessing this is the water supply, look. Obviously one of the bad things is the road isn't quite done here. Whether it'll ever be done, I guess the neighbours, you'd have to get together with your neighbours and make the road yourself. But it's at the state that it's in because of the stage of the house. Once, I guess, you and all your neighbours will finish your houses, at that point you'll get together and sort the road out. So I can see inside that a lot has been done already. It just requires you to kind of paint or whatever you want to do, put the floors in and stuff, but it's all neatly done. So here we are at the next one. What do you think? 57 meters, 3.5 million rubles. Nice plot, kind of American kind of siding. Opposite we've got this kind of like German looking one. And obviously it's like it's in the old part of the village, so the road is very villagey, but we're going to have a huge mixture of houses again. Could you see yourself living here? I mean, the price is pretty incredible, really. You couldn't buy anything in the UK for that. And these are going to be your neighbours now. Obviously it's a village, so going to have things like this to deal with. But what do you think? So I've just seen this which says for sale on it. It wasn't on Avita for sale, but it says for sale. And it looks like a very old house, probably pre-revolution, possibly a merchant house. It's been here for a good 100 years. Check out next door. Wow, village life is really full of contrast, it really is. These are some of the very first houses that were built in the village going back a good 100 years. I wonder what it must be like for these original village dwellers. Obviously they weren't here when it was built, but perhaps their family members were, or they settled here a long time ago, and since the end of the Soviet Union everything's changed. And suddenly there's loads of big mansions built all around them. It must be really weird. I know when a lot of people think about moving to Russia, they romanticize about these type of houses. I completely understand. Completely understand. This is the kind of romantic Russian village life, right? I don't know what it'd be like to live here all year round. So this is the next house, 10.5 million rubles. What do you think? I'm guessing it's got no interior done at all. Perhaps the roofing's been done, but apart from that I'm guessing nothing else is going on in there. It's a bit weird, isn't it, just kind of walking over the fence. Let's have a look what it looks like inside. Can't really see much apart from myself. What do you think? Just showing you that it does exist. It's a real house anyway. You can see the gas is connected, and it looks like it's been here for a while standing here because the gas pipe is all kind of rusted up. And perhaps there's someone living here because there's a greenhouse in the garden. So it looks like on the rest of the street, especially on this side, everyone's already living, but got the same kind of situation going on with regards to the road and what it looks like outside your house. So the next one here is this wooden one, 11.8 million. What do you think? So you might be thinking, why am I not going inside these houses? Well, typically the houses are advertised by agencies, and when you call the agency and say, I'd like to go and look at the house, and you explain why and kind of bring the camera along, typically they say, nah, can't be bothered with that. And that's because they just think you're trying to make some money out of it, right? They think that you're trying to maybe make a percent, sell it on, whatever it is that you're doing. They don't realize that as much as I say, no, it's just for my YouTube channel so I can advertise it to other people, I'll put your link there, they don't kind of accept that. They're like, nah, I can't be bothered with that. So if someone's actually really interested, someone's seen one of these houses and really wants me to go there, then I'll go and look at them, and I'll call and I'll say I want to go inside, I've got a prospective client. But until that point, you know, I'm showing that the house exists. That's enough proof, right? And then you can look at this advertisement with me as well, and it's just really for me to give you an idea of how much houses cost in Russia and show that these houses are actually real. So the next one for sale is this 16.5 million, 175 meters, lots of land. Guessing that's a banyo over there. I love these red leaves, really amazing, really beautiful. Здравствуйте. Really amazing. And we're going to have neighbours of all different types. I've got some chickens over there, and there's a cat in the window. So we've got a mixture of all different types of houses, new and old, on this road. Just had a nice chat to the guy living opposite. We've got a castle over here, and this is like, it's interesting, isn't it, what this guy's fantasy was when he decided to build the house. Would you like to live in a castle? You can live next door to a castle anyway, look. Just gonna pop in at my house. The slowest moving barrier ever in the world. Guinness Book of Records. And finally, here we are. I'm standing outside my house. I've got some great news. My windows are going to be going in very soon. I've just purchased them, and yeah, brilliant. It's going to take about a month to make the glass, and then finally I'm going to have windows in my house. Perfect. I love being here. It's amazing. I love Russian villages, and I just love being here. It's just so peaceful, surrounded by trees, and yeah, just brilliant. So anyway, let me know what you thought of today's video, which of the houses you like the best. If you'd like me to go and maybe even perhaps call some of the owners and have a look inside if there's any that you're interested in. But this video was more just a case of me showing you what is available in Russia for the type of prices that you can expect. So yeah, join my Telegram chat group. That's a really good chat group where you can ask any questions you want, and you can also, if you want a free consultation call with me about anything to do with Russia, go to my site, samsrussianadventures.com. And also I've got a second channel where I go to villages and speak to the locals, and really kind of go to places that are far away, and these are old villages, none of these new builds there. If you want to go and see that channel, it's B Road Russia. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.